Japan Airlines Flight 715. Japan Airlines Flight 715 Rai-ben Hong Kong 715 Bayan, Nihonkōkū 715 Bin was an airplane that crashed in Malaysia on 27 September 1977. It was a McDonnell Douglas DC-8, registration JE8 1051, on a flight from Haneda Airport in Tokyo, Japan to Singapore International Airport in Singapore, with stopovers at Kai Tak Airport in Kowloon Bay, Hong Kong, and Sultan Abdul, Aziz Shah Airport in Subang, Malaysia. 10 crew and 69 passengers were on board. It was the second deadliest aviation disaster to occur in Malaysia at the time. Aircraft. The aircraft involved was a Douglas DC-8-62H serial number 46152 and factory 550, released in 1971 and delivered to Japan Airlines on 23 August. It was registered as JE8 1051. The aircraft was powered by 4 Pratt and Whitney JT3D-3B turbofan engines. Accident. 2 hours into the flight, air traffic control at Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Airport told Flight 715 to start its approach and land on runway 15. The flight crew started their approach, putting the landing gear down and extending the flaps. The aircraft descended below minimum descent altitude of 750 feet 230 m, then at 300 feet 91 m. It crashed into the side of a hill 4 miles from the airport, near an estate called Elmina Estate. The aircraft broke on impact, and a fire erupted, which was extinguished by airport rescue and firefighting. The accident killed 34 people, 8 of the 10 crew and 26 of the 69 passengers. 45 survivors, among the passengers and crew, were taken to a hospital. The remains from the crash could be found in the soil surrounding the estate until 2011. Most of the land now is being converted to developments. A memorial was built in the Japanese cemetery in Malaysia. The crash was the second deadliest aviation disaster to occur in Malaysia until the crash of Malaysian Airline System Flight 653, 2 months later, with 100 fatalities. Investigation. The Malaysian Civil Aviation Bureau investigated the accident. At the time of the crash, the weather around the airport was poor and the aircraft was on a VOR approach. The investigation determined that the cause of the accident was the captain descending below the minimum descent altitude without having the runway in sight and continuing the descent, causing the aircraft to crash before reaching the airport. The flight crew loss of sight of the airport due to bad weather, which also contributed to the accident. In addition, the first officer did not challenge the captain for violating the regulations.